Hello everyone and welcome back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Everybody just absolutely loved my World of Warcraft race tier list. So let's do a World of Warcraft class tier list, shall we? Let's jump right into this whole little shebang thingy bababber baboo. And boom, there we are. Look at that. So at the top we have so cool. Then below that we have still cool, but not as cool. Then we have pretty alright for sure. And then we have maybe not so cool. And then finally we just have look dog, which look dog, sometimes there's just you're not gonna be on the top, and that's just the way it is, and I'm sorry. And sometimes you have to be on the bottom actually. But you know what? Some people like being on bottom. So let's get right into this. Obviously, Death Knight. That's so freaking cool, man. You got all this fun lore about it. You're literally like so tied to the Lich King and the Knights of the Ebon Blade. You're so edgy and death and cool aesthetics, glowy blue eyes, altered voice. Oh, so cool. All of it's so cool. So that's why you're in so cool. But Demon Hunters. I hate to say this, still cool, but not as cool. Because honestly, I thought Arthas was cooler than Illidan. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be so bold to say it. And you know what? Look, I just, do I think that Death Knights are much cooler than Demon Hunters? Yes. And I'm not really gonna elaborate further because this is gonna be a shorter video. Druids. So they're pretty alright for sure, right? Because, you know, I'm friends with a druid. He's a great druid. But is it something that I would play? No. So it's pretty alright for sure. Evoker. Look, dog. Look. I don't know about what's going on in Dragonflight, and quite frankly, it scares me. So it's gonna be in the look dog section. Hunter. I want to say maybe not so cool because your whole thing is what, bow and arrows and pets. Well, not super fantastical really. That's just kind of bow and arrows and pets. Sorry, dog. We have undead knights, people who ate demon blood and grew wings, people who shapeshift into animals, and as much as I rag on the like evokers, which are lower, they're at least dragons, right? So you're just a guy with a bow. I'm sorry. Mage. So here's the thing about mage, right? You have priests, which are like casters who draw from the light. You have warlocks who draw from demon magic. What do mages draw their source of magic from? Magic. That's all right, you know. It's not as cool as like literally the other two things I said. You know what? I'm gonna be as bold to say maybe not so cool. Now, I haven't gotten to end game classic WoW, but my friend assures me that mage is the coolest when you get to end game classic WoW. So maybe my thoughts will change. Maybe I'll do an updated list at some point when I get there. As it stands, you know, that just is what it is, and I'm sorry about that. You know what? But you do have Jaina, Khadgar, and Medivh as all famous mages, which, you know, should play into this as well. We'll say pretty alright for sure. I think that's fair. They are still spellcasters, and spellcasters are cool. Monks. They're pretty funny. The fact that you're punching all your foes to death is pretty funny. I think for that reason alone, I'm gonna say pretty alright for sure. Paladins. Paladins are so cool. You have Arthas, you have Uther, like you have Tyrion, you have Lady Liadrin. You got so many cool paladins, right? Paladins fucking rule. They are the I am going to smite you kind of people. They have one of the coolest artifacts, the Ashbringer. Paladins are so cool. They're gonna be on the list at the top there. Priests. So here's the thing, right? I know I was talking about, oh, well, they draw their power from the light. But they're also, like, there's not really much to them, but they're also the healer boys, and you have to respect your healers. It's gonna be a tough one, but I think it's gonna be pretty alright for sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's alright. Rogues. So here's the thing, right? My friend is a rogue main. I feel like it has to be higher. But also, I don't care for the dual wielding. I think dual wielding is inefficient if you're gonna hold a weapon or a sword specifically. You're gonna want one big sword. That's always my thing. That's why I don't play Frost Death Knights. Why I'm on a Holy or I play a Blood Death Knight. It's just I'm not about the dual swords. It's not my thing. So I'm gonna say pretty alright for sure. I don't want to put it maybe not so cool, but I'm gonna respect my friend and put it in the pretty alright for sure. Shaman. Shamans get a bad shake. I don't understand what's different about shamans versus druids, really. And that's maybe because I never really see anyone playing any shamans. And you know what? I'm sorry that it has to be maybe not so cool. That's just the way it rolls. So, warlocks. Warlocks are still cool, but not as cool. Because, you know, you don't have as many cool warlocks that I'm aware of. You have Gul'dan, right? And Gul'dan's pretty cool. But that's just Gul'dan versus, like, all the paladins I named, right? So, it's kind of like, it's kind of cool. It's cool that you draw upon the demon magic and you have all your demon minions and all that. But it goes a little too far on the edge sometimes, which I get it. I'm putting Death Knight above, and that's super edgy, right? I don't know. It's still cool, but it's not as cool as so cool, right? And then you just have Warrior, which is just man with sword. That's maybe not so cool because it's just man with sword. And I don't really think there's much to say on man with sword, personally. So this is my list. I want you all to know because, you know, obviously my rankings are always like 100% true facts and not opinions. I've only ever played a Death Knight and Paladin. I've played a little bit of Warlock, and I'm currently playing. Well, I guess I will say I am playing a Priest on my classic WoW server that's hardcore. So my bias is there. That is why those are at the top. Warlock still not as cool, but you know, still cool. And then, you know, Priest it's there. You gotta respect your Healy boys, but also it's just not that cool really at the end of the day, and that's, you know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So it's kind of just, you know, it is